While gold has just broken this 2000 resistance and more upside is projected. This is because gold and silver have been and still are considered money, as many countries engage in massive money printing through quantitative easing, which started in 2001 with the Bank of Japan. The US followed suit when they faced with subprime crisis in 2008. And with some success, this model has been adopted by many other countries. In today's tutorial, I will explain why money printing will lead to inflation and whether these countries will be able to reduce its pace in money printing. If your answer is not quite possible, then expect that the precious metal to continue to trend up. My name is Kon Hao. My work in this channel, as always, is to study behavior science and finance, discover correlation between different markets, and uncover potential opportunities. And before we get into this subject, please do take some time to read into the disclaimer. And let's get back to QE again. QE is where the central banks buy into their government debts, and this creates liquidity for the market and funding for the government expenditure. But it also creates inflation over the longer term. When too much of it is printed, it causes a currency dilution. And QE is started by the Japanese and not the Americans. And now many countries that we could see here are getting into it. And it seems to me that there's no way of turning back. And why does money printing cause inflation? And let me use this example about Cheesecake. Imagine you are the central bank and you have this closed economy of a population of 10 individuals. And today is Monday, you have printed $100 and you have 10 cheesecake to be distributed or to sell. And you evenly distributed this $100 to 10 persons. So each of them get $10 and each of them buy one cheesecake. So every one of them got a cheesecake for $10. And the cost price for one cheesecake is $10. And now on Tuesday, you decided to print $1,000. And you evenly distributed this $1,000 to 10 persons. So each of them get $100. And each cheesecake today will cost $100. And the inflation is that yesterday was $10 and today is $100. The inflation is 10 times. And that's what happened when money is printed, it will cause inflation. But the reality is the money printed always isn't evenly distributed. And this causes maybe the hardworking ones or the smarter guys, the top maybe 10 or 20% will get most of it. In this case, number one and number two got $500 each, and each cheesecake, as each of them buy 5 of it, it still costs $100 per cheesecake. And the rest of the 8 will not have their cheesecake. They will feel hungry and angry because they couldn't afford the cheesecake at $100. Is it too late to get into gold? And let's revisit the question that I posted earlier, whether these countries will be able to reduce its pace in money printing. And I believe we share the same answer, not quite possible. Meaning as long as money is printed, meeting its urgent needs all the time, currency will get diluted over time. And this will cause inflation to continue to trend up. In this relationship, inflation hedge assets like the gold and silver will continue to trend up. And in case you feel that you are chasing after something that is very high in price right now, like gold, silver seems like a good option to get in. And when gold is moving up, it always tells us that there's an underlying health issue in the financial market. And gold and silver always move in tandem together, with gold go up first in financial crisis, followed by silver. And let's look at the 80s inflation, that the gold went up about 8 times and subsequently the silver went up 32 times. And in 08 crisis, went up 7 times, and subsequently the silver picked up and went up by 12 times. And now the gold is moving up, and I believe is the inflation crisis, or you can call it the bond crisis or the yield crisis, and silver is starting to move up right now. And one of the key reasons why silver usually lag behind the gold, it is because of its weight. It is very heavy to have them physically. And I still remember in 2015, I bought $10,000 worth of gold. I did this exercise in the bank. I received a few tin pieces of gold, and then I crossed over the street. I went to a bullion house and I spent $10,000 to buy some silver. And to my surprise, this guy that sold me the silver brought me a bag of silver, which was very heavy. I have a hard time to bring to the car, and I have a hard time to store it in my house. And it is because of this inconvenience. During a crisis or an inflation crisis, investor will first turn to gold. And once gold gets a bit too pricey, investor will look at alternative, and realizing that silver also commands the same value, they will start to invest in silver. There's always trading opportunities in CMC markets. Go to the search feature and type in silver. You will find many markets that you will like. Is there a solution to this global inflation problems that we're all facing today? The amount of money printed must be at least match the production of goods and services rendered, and not excessive printing. And with this responsible approach, we should be able to control inflation. For the time being, I still favor gold and silver. Stay tuned for my coming tutorial. Remember to subscribe to our channel. The market are always telling us on their next move. Feel free to leave me any comments below. I love to exchange ideas with you. Really happy that you stay through this tutorial. You have many great trading weeks ahead.